Hello guys and welcome back to the sixth part of the anime tower defense series. So today, if you haven't read it from the title, we are going to do enemy pathfinding, we are going to create the enemy config, and we are going to do the waves. So that's pretty much it. That we're going to do today. So let's just start with building the map actually. So I'm gonna just build like a basic pathfinding thing where I'm gonna just make a basic map. So I'm gonna make this like 100 by 0.1 by 100, like this, kind of like this. Then I'm gonna do like something like this. So let me make this in another texture. Just let me get a better base plate. Get this. And then let me get the better textures. Let me put some on there so it looks a bit nicer. You can of course design your own map. I'm gonna just make it like this. I'm gonna just name this to base. And I'm gonna make this to anchored. So how we will do this is there will be like points pretty much the next, like we will make a folder. So we will create a folder. We're going to name this to path. And in here, and also we are going to make a folder named enemies. For the enemies starting later on. So in the path, there's going to be parts, right? And these parts are named from 1 up, not exclamation point, 1. So from 1 up, you can give them like sizes from 1, 1, 1. And I will just place them there, like here and there. I will maybe like place one here. And I'm gonna make them anchored but not can collidable. I'm gonna duplicate this, move this a bit over, rename it to 2. So this is how the complete system is going to work. You basically place parts and give them names from 1 up. So every, like, where they should go is going to be like a separate number, like 1 number up, if you understand what I mean. Let me just make a basic path. Maybe get this to the middle, get this here. We get it to here. This should be named 6 then. Now let me move something over there. Name this to 7. Got to duplicate it. And finally move it to here, which would then be the 8. This is a pretty basic path. So the enemies would go around here, then come here. Let me actually make its part called 9 right here. And then they would exit here, right there. So this is a basic path. Now let's get to, first of all, the enemy config for configuring enemies. So we want to go to replicated storage, modules, and create a new module script. And we are going to name this enemy config. Copy this, paste it here and there. We also want to duplicate this and rename this to wave config for later on. Then go into waves config and paste this in here. I'm gonna just do waves. Okay, so for the enemy config, you want to do enemy config dot enemies is equal to a table. So basically in this table, you can define different enemies. So I'm gonna make just for the placeholder. So just for placeholding, I will make like an enemy called basic enemy. And this is equal to another table. And those are going to have some attributes called, let me give enemy name is equal to basic enemy. Then we have type is equal to ground. Then we have health is equal to 100. I'm gonna do for this one. No, no, it's just 100. So then we have speed. It's equal to 16 for this one. Then we have is boss. It's equal to false for this one. Then we have walk animation is equal to just some walk animation. I'm gonna get the basic one for this one. And then we need the model. Game dot server storage. Just server storage. And in server storage, we need a folder, and we're going to name this enemies 2. And then server storage dot enemies dot basic enemy. So I'm just going to search in the toolbox for an enemy. Let's see what we get. Let me just get a zombie. I think this is good for the first one. Let me delete all the unnecessary things in here. We got a run animation, that's good. So we can keep this. Keep module scripts, don't need this. Configurations, don't need this. Animations, don't need this. Don't need this. Okay, I think this is good. So let's get the walk animation. Let's copy the ID. And let's paste this in here. So we can delete this. Then we got or zombie or basic enemy. I'm gonna make this a bit smaller. I'm gonna just give it the scale of 0.8. Or we can do it in the script, I think, yeah. So the basic enemy, I'm going to drag this into enemies. Like this. So then I got the basic enemy. I think it's all set up. This should, yeah, gives us the thing. So then we can make an enemy, or actually I'm gonna just make a dummy for them. So it's easier for configuring. So let's get to avatar. Let's get a character, R6, block avatar. This is perfect. This is okay. So in the animates, we got the normal walk animation. Let's copy this. Let's go to the enemy config, paste it in there. Quickly drink something. Okay, so let's continue. So the animates, we can keep this in there if we'd like. Can also delete it. I'm gonna just disable it for now. Is there anything we don't need? I don't think so. Okay. I'm gonna name this to basic enemy. I'm gonna duplicate it and rename this to fast enemy. Drag this out. And I'm gonna duplicate this again and name it to boss enemy. And for the boss enemy, I'm going to do the body colors to like red, like the. I'm gonna just give it like an highlight. That's like this. Yeah, that was faster. Let me give an highlight to the fast enemy as well. And let me make it like kind of green. I think this is okay. So the fast enemy, the boss enemy, the basic enemy. Let me drag all those three inside the enemies folder. And then let me get the enemy config for those two. So let's copy this, paste it, and do fast enemy next. So copy the fast, paste it in there. Let's get the health to 15, but the walk speed to 30. And here the fast enemy. So let's copy this again. Paste it and do boss enemy. Copy the boss, paste it in there. I'm gonna do 500 health, but a walk speed of 12, so it's kind of slow. Then we do the is boss true. We got the animations, and now let's do boss enemy here. Okay, this is the enemies config. Then we can get to the waves config. So we can do waves.config is equal to a table. Do another table. And then we do wave number is equal to 1. And then we do enemies is equal to another table. And here we can do type is equal to basic enemy. Count is equal to 5. So then let me copy this, paste it, do fast enemy. Like 2 of those maybe. We can also set delay between spawns. We do 2. And this is good. So then let me copy this. Or actually the whole thing. We paste it. This is wave number 2. Let me do 7 basic enemies and boss enemies equal to 1. Also in here. Give me 1 second. Actually, we don't need to change it in here. So let's just continue with the waves. So we got wave number 2. Let me get this to 1.5. Okay, I think this was enough waves for now. So let's do function waves colon start wave with the wave number. Then we do local wave equal to self dot config wave number. And then we do if wave then or underscore enemy group in I pairs wave dot enemies to for I is equal to 1 enemy group dot count do, and then we basically just want to spawn the enemy. So then let's do spawn enemy, and then we do wave dot delay between spawns. We do task wait. So but in here we have to spawn the enemy. That's pretty much it. So then we got the wave config, got the enemy config. Now let's get the actual script. So let's go into service, create a script. and enemy controller. So then local path folder. Into workspace, forward push out path. Let's paste this, do enemies folder. Local enemy config. To require game.javascript service. Let me just do JavaScript service. And actually, graphic search, I mean. Child modules. One for child. Enemy config. Also, maybe let me get the waves config. Let me cut this out. Let me paste it in the enemy controller. Let me also get the the wave config. Okay, I think we can leave it like this. So then we got the wave config. Then let's pick another function called player walking animation. Then we do local humanoid equal to enemy confined first child humanoid. We do if humanoid, then animator is equal to humanoid confined first child of class animator. Then we do local walk animation is equal to instance of new animation. Then we do walk animation dot animation ID to rbx assets id colon slash slash. Then at the anim ID here, we do local walk anim track is equal to animator called loads animation walk animation, and then we do walk animation called play. So then let's get the local function for move to next point, the enemy and the current point. Then we do local next point is equal to path folder called find first child to string current point. Actually to number current point plus 1. We actually need to do to string and then a to number in there. Yeah, like this. Then we do if next point, then. Did I miss one? Yeah, I missed one. So if next point, then local humanoid is equal to enemy. Okay, we got this here. So then we do if humanoid, then humanoids can move to next point dot position. And then we do humanoids dot move to finished. Colon wait. And we do move to next point, enemy, and the current point. Yeah, I think this is good. Let's do +1 here. And then we do else enemy colon destroy. So then we need a new thing called local function spawn enemy. We get local enemy info. It's equal to enemy config, and then index this enemy config to enemies, index this with the enemy type. Do the local enemies equal to enemy info dot model clone. Then we do enemy dot parent is equal to enemy folder. Enemies folder, I mean. Then we do enemy colon set primary parts C frame to path folder 1. Dot C frame. Let's do plus 3 dot new 0, 3, 0. Let's also get this here. Then let's get play walking animation for the enemy and enemy info dot walk animation. Then as we move to next point, enemy and 1, like this. Select the star wave. Then we can do then we can start the thing. Then we can do players.player edit colon connect function layer. Then we can just do task await 5. Then we can do here we can just do start wave, then 1. Then we need to spawn the enemy here, so let's drag the spawn enemy above here. We need those two also above. So then we need to go to spawn enemy. And then just we see. Into enemy group dot type. So let's see if this works. So after 5 seconds we should see something happen. Yes. You can see there's an enemy spawning. Well, we got some error. Place not event but animation. Why not? Oh, yeah, sure. I forgot that. So we need to put walk animation track and not walk animation. No, it should work, I think. And as you can see, the enemy walks there. And once he's here, he's getting destroyed. Now after 2 seconds, the next is going to spawn. But we don't want it like this because we want multiple enemies to spawn at once. So let's get to the enemy controller. And in the here's the wave. We want to do a task dot delay 0 call function. Then you want to spawn the enemy in there because task from delay is just going to basically place it on a separate core, and now after 2 seconds the next enemy is going to spawn, as you can see. So we got this, but we can do a different thing. So we can go back here in the enemy controller, and when we get the clone, so the enemy, we can see in the spawn enemy here, we can do enemy, or actually we can do an if statement. So if enemy config, and we just get enemy info dot is boss is equal to false, then we can do enemy dot scale is equal to 0.6, and then else we do enemy dot scale is equal to 2. I think this should work. So now the normal enemies should be a bit smaller. Scales are divided by of basic enemy. Why not? Oh, it's an editor only, okay. And then we can't do it like this. We're just gonna do this manually. So screw this. And then in the basic enemy and the fast enemy, we can do the scale to 0.6. And the boss enemy, we can do the scale to 2. So, and then in the spawn wave, then here we can return, or here we can do task dot weights 5. And then we can do if waves config, or just local next wave is equal to waves config dot config. Then we do wave number +1. Then we do if next wave. Then we do start wave for the next wave number +1. And else we just return. So let's see if this works. So now the normal enemies should be a bit smaller. As you can see, they are pretty small. I think 0.6 maybe a bit too small. Also, they walk a bit fast. If this is only, yeah, now there's a fast enemy. The fast enemy, okay, we really need to fix that they actually walk with their walking speed. But that's easy. So as you can see, now the next wave is spawning. It's 7. And then there's the boss enemy, which just blinks some enemies. Okay. So we need to do can collide off. Sorry for this like creaking in the background. This is just my chair. So disable can collide for any of them. Okay, so then we can do in the enemy controller, we can do enemy dot humanoids dot walk speed dot value is equal to enemy config dot walk speed, I think, or speed. Did we call it speed? Yeah, maybe we did speed. Let's see, enemy config the speed. Yes, the speed. And we can do the same thing for health value. Then we need to set the max health too. Set it above, so max health is equal to this, and then we can just set this to the max health. Turn to index level value. Oh, of course, there is no value. We don't need the value, so the value can go. Okay, let's see. Value of type cannot be converted to a number. Of course. What is the problem here? Enemy config. Oh, yeah, enemy info. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, he's walking with normal walk speeds, as I'm walking too. As you can see, he's the same speed. He's faster, but he's way too fast. He's way too fast. Okay, so the problem is when enemies are scaled, like when they are scaled up, they walk faster. So we need to change the walk speed a bit. But we need to adjust some things anyway. So speed of, let me change this to 6. And this maybe to like 10. And this to like 3. I think this is okay. So let's see. Yeah, that's okay. But it's still a bit fast. It's actually still very fast. Let me get the speed of the normal enemy to maybe 4. Speed of this one to maybe 6. And the boss one to like 2. I think this is okay. Yeah, I think this is good. No, that should be quite good. Yeah, this is a good speed. This is a very good speed. See, they just continue walking. The fast enemy is now calling. Problem is the still like they still kind of collide. We need to fix this. They shouldn't collide. Yeah, they still are colliding. Okay, boss one. It's walking very slow. Let's see. Why are they still colliding? Turn can collide off. This also got it off. This does also. Why is it still colliding though? That's the problem. Let me just remove the animate from those anyways. Okay, this okay. Okay, let's see. Are they still collidable? I think so. Yes, they are. Okay, then let's just do it in the script. So let's go in the enemy controller. Then let's do for underscore every part in enemy gets children do if part is a base part or part is a part, then part dot can collide is equal to false. Let's see. They still have it enabled, but I think it's only the humanoid root part. Yes, I think so. Okay, so I just looked through the docs, and I think I know a way how to fix this. We can utilize collision groups to basically get rid of this issue. But for this, we have to write a simple module script. So let's get to the module script. Let's get a module. And let's rename this to collision groups. So let's paste this in, not there, but there and there. So let's get function collision groups dot setup. So let's get the physics service colon create collision group enemy. Okay, let's get register collision group. Let's get another one. Find this player. Then let's get physics service called collision group set collidable enemy enemy false. Then let's copy and do enemy player paste, and then let's do player and this should be true. And this was it. Then we go to the enemy controller again. And then we get the module script. Collision groups. Then we do collision groups. Let's set up. Then we do, let me see. Okay, so then we need to add the enemy to the collision group. And we can do this here. So if pod is a base pod, then we can do physics service on set collision group or register collision group for the pod. And enemy. Like this. So let's try if this works. Let's try it. Okay, they can collide, so I don't think this works. Let's see. What do we have? What does this do? Okay, let me fix this. Okay, so let's try something else. So let's get the physics service called set part collision group. Base part dot collision group. I see, okay. So then we do part dot collision group is equal to enemy. Okay, it seems to work. Okay, let's see if the fast enemies can walk through them now. They can. Perfect, but we can't. So we need to set the player. So we want to go inside our, let's get to the player stats. Or actually in the enemy controller. Here, player edits. Then we want to do for underscore every part in player colon get children do if part colon is a base part, then we do part dot collision group is equal to player, and then this should work. We should be able to walk through enemies now. I think we aren't. Great. But at least the enemies can now like walk through each other. So it kind of works. See, it kind of works. But yeah, now at least the enemies don't collide anymore. That's great. And there's the boss enemy. And yeah, this is basically everything for this. Okay, they kind of get offset. They kind of... Is it because I pushed them around, or... Let me see this again. Okay, so this works normally. I think it's because I pushed them. They got kind of off track. Let me just run this through. So everything's normal. This is like the problem. I kind of like skipped something there. Okay, this is okay. Everything's still normal. No, they kind of cross. It's kind of weird. I kind of need to check what they are doing here. Okay, well, this needs some fixing. I think because, yeah, see, he's also skipping. Okay, let me quickly fix this. Okay, so I think I found a way to fix this. So let's go to the enemy controller. And let's get a new function. This will be similar called. So let's just copy this, paste it, and do move enemy to point. To point, and then the enemy and the target's position. So then we do get the humanoid again. So let's just copy this, paste it, and do if humanoid. Then we do humanoid colon move to, then the target position, and then local success. It's equal to humanoid dot move to finished on wait. Then let's rate 3. Just wait. Then we do if not success. Then we do enemy set primary part C frame to C frame.new the target position. This is kind of like a backup. So it's like not just wait. Then we do here we have to kind of configure this. So we get the next point. So then we can do don't need the humanoids. So then we can do local next position is equal to next point dot position plus vector3 dot new 0, 3, 0. Then we can do move enemy to point. Then we do enemy at next position. We do move to next point. Enemy and then the current point +1. Let's give this like a threshold of like 20 seconds in here. Should be plenty. So let's see if it works fine now. Okay, this doesn't work. Add on vector 3 and a number. The current point. Okay, so let's see. Why is current point a vector 3 now? Oh yeah, this should be move enemy to point, sorry. This was probably the error. Yes. Okay. Let's see if this finally works. Okay, so they turn. All good. They walk, which is good. If it's not fixed now, we are going to do this in the next episode because this video is already going 48 minutes, like without cutting. Okay, now he kind of TP'd because it took too much time. So we can give him like a bit more threshold. Let's give him like 60. Then let's see if this works. Because it was working. So yeah, it works, kinda. Okay, this works pretty good. Now they shouldn't be TP'd. If they get TP'd. Yeah, we are going to fix this in the next episode probably. Yeah, they get TP'd like a lot now. Yeah, so we are going to fix this in the next episode. The boss is probably also getting TP'd like a lot then. But yeah, we are going to fix this in the next episode. But the base is not working. We're going to refine this in the next episode. And yeah, see you in the next video. Thank you for watching and see you.